I was on YouTube when I saw a video thumbnail saying, "Britain's stupidest junction," from the Be Here Now channel. Being a good clickbait, I could not resist watching. After watching the video and reading some comments, I thought maybe I could come up with a better solution for the junction. So I went to get a sheet of paper with an aerial image of the junction and started drawing a new roundabout. There was a roundabout there before the junction was remodeled, but it did not work well, perhaps because it had a small diameter and had many 90-degree conflict angles. Implementing a roundabout at the intersection of 5 roads with non-converging angles at a single point is not an easy task. As I was drawing this roundabout with a larger diameter, I thought it would be possible to apply a turbo roundabout here. This type of roundabout channels traffic flows to the exits without changing lanes on the circulatory area, and therefore has fewer points of conflict and greater capacity. I didn't know the English road markings, so I went to see how the roundabouts are marked. They just have a broken white line in the giveaway lanes. And also, since I had to draw crosswalks, I went to see examples of crosswalks with and without traffic lights. Finally, I drew the broken lines at the roundabout entry, the directional arrows, and the crosswalks. There would be traffic lights at the crosswalks on the A164 road. Perhaps these monochromatic lines made the drawing difficult to read. So it was better to color the drawing, but since I didn't have any colored pencils, I had to use an image editor. At least this way, I didn't paint outside the lines. The green color represents the grass, the white color represents the sidewalks, and the gray base color represents the traffic lanes. And here is the final drawing. People of Beverley, this way you could be even happier, spending less time lost among the 42 traffic lights. Without peak hour traffic flows, it is not possible to calculate levels of service. But I would be happy if the levels of service were better than D. Well, having to explain how the roundabout works seems like a failure, but here goes. Entries to the roundabout via the A164 would be on a dual lane, and drivers would need to select the entry lane based on the exit they want to take. Coming from the south via the A164, the driver would have to choose either the left-hand entry lane to head towards Beverley Centre, or the right-hand entry lane to continue onto the A164 or to turn right. These arrows show the possible traffic routes coming from Holmchurch Lane, southwest, as well as coming from Grovehill Road, west. This is from the A164, north. Lastly, coming from Grovehill Road, industrial zone, east. There are certainly many details that are not right. I drew this in an hour of procrastination instead of cleaning the house. But I enjoyed thinking and drawing, so I think it was time well spent. It was nice to know one of your problems. Good luck, Beverley.